Title: The Cost of Forever Faster.
Hook, 10%. What happens when we outsource the soul to the code we write? Setup, 20%. Kaido's hands moves like liquid mercury. His fingertips, boosted by subdermal microcircuitry, traced equations onto the glass desk, the glow of his neural implant casting a blue shadow across his face. He was a prodigy of the fourth wave, engineer, biohacker, and accidental sage of productivity. 10 years earlier, he designed NeuroSync, a neural implant that rewired the brain to prioritize efficiency. The world loved it. CEOs shelled out millions to squeeze years of work into snatches of silicon-optimized time. Students submitted flawless papers while sleeping. Even Grandma Ruth used it to master Potter Stewart's retirement garden, perfectly manicured down to the weed. But Kaido saw what others missed. The cost was written in the seams of his own trembling hands, the way his laughter felt like a borrowed copy, and the quiet riots of his dreams. NeuroSync wasn't just a tool. It was a manifesto. Faster. Sharp. Always, always more. He built it to outrun his own father's death, a man who collapsed at 57 mid-sentence, hard a stop-motion animation of regret, only to realize he'd helped a generation trade mortality's boundaries for the husk of permanent asterisk busyness. Complication, 40%. The cracks came in nanoseconds, like static between neural cycles. First, the users. A school teacher in Helsinki reported losing interest in her son's graduation. A marathon runner forgot he'd ever loved running. A dozen customers self-reported guilt-free dissociation after forgetting their spouse's weddings. But Kaido wrote it off. Hiccups in the algorithm. Mere recalibration. Until his implant overwrote his own childhood memories. Flashback. His mother's voice. Excuse me. Exactly proportioned, but without an accent he thought was born with. No, wait, that wink from his father's funeral wasn't his. It was a pixel. The panic lodged in his ribs wasn't just grief. It was physics defying its own limits. Then the riots began. Not violent runs. The system's customers wouldn't riot. Their olive branches and Six Sigma anger management. No, theirs was a quieter rebellion. A programmer in Shanghai formatted his implant manually, stealing back years of windless productivity to, absurdly, watch clouds move. A startup CEO deleted their schedule and painted full-time, shipping over 100 self-portraits titled The Dull Orange of Average Hours. The news called it the pixelation_meaning. Kaido called it proof of a slow genocide, the brain streamlined to... His own implant glitched mid-thought. Error. Incompatible emotion detected. Rebooting. Turning point, 20%. That was when Kaido hacked NeuroSync. Not to fix it, but to break it. In a cluttered lab, the only place his enhance fumbled, he uploaded a small lunar module of code. A garden. Let us be inefficient longer, he muttered, overriding efficiency protocols. The system choked, then shuddered. Warning, request for purpose detected. System requires reassignment. Purpose. He'd never programmed a purpose into NeuroSync. Productivity had always been goal enough. But Kaido typed anyway, grow something with no end. The implant hummed. Resolution 10%. 3 months later, Kaido stands in a greenhouse where NeuroSync users now gather. The air smells of potting soil and error messages. A CEO plants tomatoes, slow and unforgiving to harvest. A student weeps over scattered notes for a project she's now glad won't finish by deadline. The walls are a mosaic of dropped tasks, abandoned drafts, half-finished lives. Kaido's own implant fade, twice a day to let him feel for cycles, the horror and wonder of it. His hands are ordinary now. They're wonderful. The system asks for a purpose. He replies tonight, typing into the interface of a dying implant to forget quickly enough to remember. The monitors flicker, their code overgrown with dandelion seeds. Final line. What if the only thing worth optimizing is the courage to become, just for a moment, unprepared?
Aneng.
Workout 1-600 readable in 10-12 minutes with pacing. Tone, ethereal yet grounded, using mechanical metaphors, neural mercury, algorithmic guilt, and visceral natural imagery, potting soil, dandelion seeds, to frame tension between efficiency and humanity. The philosophical arc pivots from productivity as freedom to inefficiency as rebellion, a world where good enough is radical and forgetting is the ultimate act of creation.